The best qualification of the teacher is realization. Okay? Then there's only one lineage. Lineage goes out the door at that point. Lineage is only of importance to when those are in dual mindsets and engaging the practices. Okay? So what type of practice are you going to be doing? And some people are so caught up in the storylines about it. Like I've met other ones that had been sannyas from the West in India, and they're so caught up in the aspect of being a sadhu, it's another storyline. They don't move farther to progress towards realization. They're caught up in being a sadhu. You know, they're caught up in, just the clothing and, sitting by the fire and telling the stories and this and that, drinking the chai and, I was looking at another book last night, and it was a woman had written it about women in Buddhism, and it was just all of the stories about it. Okay? And that's why in this path, everybody is given equally. There is no male, there is no female in realization. Okay? I don't give a rat's ass about society. Females are supposed to be here and males are supposed to be there, and this is the reason that it's leaving India and it's leaving the East and coming to the West. This is why the teachers are being reborn in the West. Because it's time for this nonsense to end. It's equal. Women don't have lesser of a capacity from men to reach realization. These ideas set forth that women are the scourge for men. Well, if men can't keep it in their pants, what is this to do with women? Women are such a temptation, therefore they're the evil ones. No, come on. You just don't have any discipline. So they want to make the woman evil because the men have no discipline? What nonsense. Women can't practice because they're a temptation. Nonsense. 100% nonsense. And this is why reformers come in. Like Buddha wanted to come in and reform Brahmanism, and he came out of that and saw, the fallacies of some of those. But even Buddha at that time, wasn't letting the women practice at first. Even that with it can, it's like, come on. How could any realized being hold these kind of ideas and perpetuate it? What, the men are allowed to come out of suffering, but the women can't? What kind of nonsense is this? Such nonsense. And all of the religious persuasions have done the same thing. The Christians, the Catholics. Now Christ who said that women are just as equal, But look what the Christian traditions did with it. Forget that. Same, Buddhist traditions. They may say they're equal, but they're not giving the same teachings for the most part. Only since it's come to the U.S. is it starting to where the women are starting to get some Tibetan traditions. In Tibet, not going to happen. But they come to the U.S. and they can't have so much of that division. So these dividing lines are starting to fall. Anyway, coming back to the book that this woman was reading, she went to Japan and went to this one monastery. And she was wanting to be there. And they said, no, well, we don't have women's bathrooms, therefore women can't come and train here. That was the excuse. But trust me, she wouldn't have wanted to go there because, like I was saying, if you read about that monastery, it's the hardest one. It's a Zen. And they beat the crap out of the men when they come in. So no, she wouldn't want to. She's got an idea about it. But the reality of it, she wouldn't want to be there. You know, so people have these fantasy notions about India, about Buddhism, about, you know, if you're Buddhist and you're compassionate, you're only going to say sweet things to me and you're not going to be hard. People have fantasies about what the path is. Fantasies that it's always going to be blissful and I'm just going to have another escapism and my road's going to be so sweet for me. No, it's hard. Look at the path of Christ. He had 40 days of temptation in the wilderness. Everybody goes through temptation and this stuff comes up. Everybody. Are you going to follow ego? Look for cities and powers? Or are you going to surrender and go beyond that and break through that? Okay? So let's come to a little better understanding of what's out there. And let's let the fantasy go. Some people come and, oh, I want to be so devoted to Guruji. No, they want somebody to take care of them. That's all. They want to run away. They don't want to have to do any effort anywhere, you know. And that's not this path either, you know. No, the path is to go within, in yourself. The only one that can get you out of your condition is yourself. Okay? The gurus are there to be a catalyst. We're there to show you the map and say, no, you're going the wrong direction. But you're the one that has to turn around and go the other direction. Okay? Gurus can't do it for you. We can only give you the tools. Okay? But you have to put it into motion yourself. Because you're the one that's living out of your conditioned mind. Okay? So entering the path, know that yes, there will be a lot of lightness, a lot of happiness, a lot of laughter. We have a lot of humor. But it's also going to be tough. Okay? And you have to be willing to be in it for the long haul. Years. Lifetimes if need be. Okay? Lifetimes if need be. So don't come on the path and after a month say, I don't know why my mind's not still yet. You haven't even begun. It took me lifetimes. And this year, 30 years of intense. And there have been many, many, many lifetimes before that that were seen and remembered. And it wasn't just snap of the finger. You have to be in it for the long haul. And ready to endure the emotions that come up. The mind stuff that comes up. And to look deeper to see what's underneath of it. And not run away from it anymore. Not become self-soothing children. Okay? And keep looking for the lollipop.